Do you know you can learn from a celebrity or that person that you really admire without meeting them one-on-one? All you need to do is to glean from their lives. My name is Temiloluwa Owolabi, and I'm excited to welcome you to another wonderful video. Today, I want to talk about indirect mentoring, how to learn from those great people so that you can also be great. Remember, the goal is to be dynamic, unique, and outstanding. Stay with me. So some of us have mentors, some of us have celebrities, some of us have people that we really look up to, that we admire. Like these people, we love everything about them, their lifestyle, the things they have accomplished, and we want to be like them. We want to also learn from them, but we don't have the opportunity to meet them one-on-one. Like, where would you even get the chance to meet some of these highly placed people? I want to share some of the ways that I have learned from some people that I greatly admire, and I want you to put them to use as well. So you've identified who this mentor is, you've identified who this great person is, and you want to learn from them, but you don't know how or where to start. If you are thinking that one day I'll get the chance to meet them in person and tell them how much I love you and admire you, you might not get it. So what are the things you can do to learn from that person without meeting them one-on-one? The first thing I would like to say is that you should learn from their stories. Yes, the secret of great men is in their stories. Everybody has a story. Their success story, their progress story, where they started from, how it was, the journey, and up to the point where they are now. What you need to do is to find that story and follow it closely. Listen to their stories. For me, when I discovered that I had this flair for public speaking, I did not just sit down and hope that one day I'll get on the biggest public speaking platform in the world. What I began to do was I found out some of the greatest storytellers that I knew. I started from the people around me, and then I started watching also the big people. Start from Oprah Winfrey, Barack Obama, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I looked at a lot of these people's videos, everything I could find about them online, especially YouTube. That was in fact, it is still my greatest ally for things like that. I spent all night, I stayed up all night watching their videos, their TED Talks, their interviews. For me, it was not just about their stories, because apart from their stories, there is something about the lives of these people that I really wanted to get to know. Many of them have done TED Talks, many of them have granted interviews with journalists, many of them even have a website. Their biography is on Google. Search it and look for it. Something about these people's lives will definitely resonate with you. So look for their stories, read it with the intent to learn from it, and find lessons, valuable lessons from their stories. That's the first place where you begin to feel like you are relating with these people. That's the first point where you begin to feel like, oh, this person has a journey that is helpful to me. You get what I'm saying? The second thing after going for their stories is to follow their personal lives. Now, I'm not saying that you should be looking for every single thing on them as if you are doing an investigative research. No, I'm saying you should follow them closely. Observe. That's the key word in this, honestly. Follow them. For me, when I discovered that I had a flair in public speaking and I began to follow some of the greatest acclaimed speakers, the people that I really admired in that area, I followed them on social media. I stayed up all night watching almost every single YouTube video I could find on them. What I was doing was I was looking for some hidden gems, some unspoken words. Some of these great people have granted lots of interviews with journalists, but you still feel like there is something that they are not saying. Of course, they don't have all the time in the world to tell these interviewers everything about their lives. So there are some things that are hidden, but not so hidden. Sometimes it is in the content that they post on social media. Sometimes it is in even some of those random interviews. By the time you gather 2, 3, 4, 5 of them together, you can almost piece their life. Like, have you met this celebrity that you hear them speak and it feels like you've heard it before? Like, at this interview the person says this, at this talk the person says this, at this event the person says this, and at some point you're like, I've heard this thing over and again. It feels like I'm a part of your life. Those things are not very hard to find. All you need to do is to find that story and follow it closely and look out for those gems, those unspoken words that could really be of help to you. One thing I realized when I began to do this was that these people are humans like me. When I follow through on Barack Obama's story, for example, how he grew up, as a black person, the challenges he faced up until he got into school as a lawyer, how he met his wife, the speech he gave, how he ran for office, how he had to raise a family whilst being a president, the challenges, the rough times, the very good times. I began to see him as, wow, that's human, just like me. And at some point, I felt like if he did this, I can do it and even much more. So when you begin to follow people's stories closely, this is not to make you feel, okay, I know everything about them. No, it's to help you begin to relate with them and see them as though everything about their lives is just a testament to the fact that what they have done, you can do it and much more. I tell you this truth, if you have been doing it, then you can relate. And if you can relate, give this video a thumbs up. The next point is to read. Read. Some of us find this to be a very tough task, but there's no other way, okay? Some of these big people that you admire, they have written books, they've co-authored books. Why don't you find those resources and read them? The truth is that when you have the chance to meet them in person, some of the questions that you want to ask them have already been answered in a book. So why don't you just help yourself and pick up their book and read it? When you eventually have the knowledge from their books and other materials, when you meet them in person, when your prayer finally gets answered and you meet them in person, it will be easier for you to communicate with them because you have a higher level of understanding and your questions will be more informed and pretty impressive. This way they will be able to give you the attention that you desire and they will be like, wow, this person is intelligent. Unlike you are going to meet the person and say, sir, please, I really need to know how to sell my ideas, when the person has actually written a book that's titled How to Sell Your Ideas. Just do that. Some people go to people's DMs, the big people, and they are like, please, I want to know how to do this. I've been working on this, it's not been working. And then the person does not reply you and you feel like, it's a sly because he's a big person. She doesn't want to associate with me. The truth is, these things have been answered already. Don't go to them asking questions that Google can help you with. Some of them organize free trainings, webinars. They do Instagram Live. They do a lot of things to give to humanity, but you will not attend those ones. You are looking forward to meeting them in person and say, sir, I want to be great, I admire you, I love you, I do this, I do that. All that one is just farming. There is nothing that you will get out of it. Find their resources, find their materials and read it. Then you come back and thank me. This next point is important. Serve. If you want to be great, you must learn to serve. These big people that you like, I've been saying big people since, these great men and women that you really honor and admire, if you want to get anything out of them, you need to give what you have to them. I know it might seem like, what do I have to give this person? What do I know? This person seems to have it all. That's not true. There are some things that they need from you, but they will not walk up to you and say it because they don't even know you, okay? And they have a lot of people that are, fighting for their time, so they have to be very scarce and they have to be very careful who they give their time to. But if you come to them stating what you have to offer, it will be easier for them. I think it's just natural. If two people are seeking for my attention and one person is like, I need you to help me to do this, I need you to help me to do this, I'll be like, okay, fine, I'll see what I can do. and I might not end up doing anything. But if one person is like, I have this to offer, how can I help you? Do you think that my services in this area will be useful for you? I'd be like, yes, thank you. I would really appreciate your help in that area. And that way, when the person is helping me, I'll be able to pay more attention to the person. And if the person needs anything, of course, I'll gladly help. So if you have a service to render, if you have a skill, if you have something good, which I know that you have, find a way to package it well and present it to these people. Serve with those gifts. Don't just look forward to receive all the time. Sometimes give. In fact, every time, give, and give. It will come back to you in ways that you least expect, in ways that you could never even think of. Give, and then you will have room for more. Finally, you need to go for opportunities. There is a place of practice. There's a place for doing what you've actually learned. See, people need to see your results. Even these great men that you want to attract their attention, they want to see what you are doing and say you are not an empty person. You have something inside of you. Your content, your materials, they are great, they are helpful. How do you do that? By practice. You have something inside of you that you want to offer. Then do it. Don't just say, I can do this, I can do it. Actually do it. Like, let's see you doing it. Oh, I'm very good at drawing. Draw a very fine portrait of this person and show them. Oh, I can design. Make a wonderful design and give it to them. What I'm saying is, don't just be vocal about what you can do. Actually do it. We've heard stories of several people who got the attention of highly placed people by rendering their skills and then asking people to tag them or just presenting it to them. These things are very important. The gift of a man makes room for him. It's very true. It's not only the gift of what you can do. It is that gift. When that gift in your head is transformed into a tangible gift, that is what will open the door for you, honestly. So make sure that you practice these things that you can do. You see an opportunity, go for it. It might not turn out the way you are thinking, but at least you have it in your records that you applied for something, that you tried something out. Trying your hands at these things give you some bit of experience, and in a way, you're already having your own story written out for you gradually. Then when you walk up to the person, you won't just be looking at the person and have nothing to say other than help me, oh, I admire you. Those things are fine, by the way. They have a good way of making the person feel encouraged. But after that, they hear it from a lot of people. So what are you going to say to make yourself stand out? Have something more to say, have something more to add. I think I should also say this. Document your own story. You may not think your story is important, but you need to have a record of it, because those big people that you are looking at, if they don't have a record of their own story, they don't have anything interesting to tell the world. That thing you are trying at and you are failing, that thing that you did and it seems so trivial to you because nobody really celebrated you for it, that thing that you did and somebody came back to say, I really needed that. All those things, document them, keep them somewhere, because one day it will be the story that you will use to uplift another person. And you might be thinking, how is this going to help me get the attention of my mentor or my role model or that person that I really look up to? It can. Don't underestimate it. Your story is also very important in this journey. I mean, you need to have a bit of experience, so please write your story. I hope you like this. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you have more points, please put them in the comment section. I'd love to hear them. I'll be waiting for you. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, then subscribe to this channel if you have not. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I value you. Let's share this video to so many people so that we can make greatness common. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, continue to lead a dynamic, unique, and outstanding life. My name is Temiloluwa, and God bless you.